Here's the real question: Is did anyone actually do the homework, and does the dungeon master remember the homework?
Look at stream title.
Did I do the homework? No, I did not.
Listen, I wrote down our plan as the stream title, and
Oh, that was the homework.
No, the homework
That's,
the homework was the pub name.
Yeah, the pub name. You can get extra stuff if you did it.
nope, sure didn't do that.
I got the crooked hooker.
Damn it! I came up with a cheeky monkey.
Well, that's currently in the lead, although my feelings on it could be better. Okay, roll me. A D13.
Me or who?
You, Jesus. This is going to be for you, so that's why I'm having you do the rolls.
What's
13.
Yep.
Oh fuck.
2? There's nothing. This is all. You're not going to
Oh.
beat anything bad. Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Roll me 1d20.
I got an 8.
You didn't do it in the fucking thing, but that was the wrong answer because if it was 1 through 20 and it's 6 through 10, you get this.
Why? Fucking why?
Because it's gonna go well with your fucking character style, anyways.
Well,
Apparently you're the group drunk.
Yeah, well.
Parker's the one that's gonna be punished for all of this, so.
Okay, so the reason I had you do that is okay.
Do we not hear Parker again?
No, what am I doing?
Oh, okay. Apparently you're the drunk, according to Plunger.
No, I said Parker's gonna have to deal with me being drunk.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Okay. So we'll get back to started. What I always do is someone has the opportunity to get inspiration. If anyone, so we're not going to do a full recap, but if someone can tell me what the current plan is.
It's stream title.
Right, but what are you scoping out? What are you hiding from? What are you stealing? Give me the deets.
We're scoping out this party thing for something. Parker and I are going first floor offices, looking for stairs to the basement. Bo and Jesus are going to where the Murkmire stone is. That's what we're looking for.
Hey!
Up on the second floor, and potentially finding stairs to the attic. We are going to meet back at the main stairwell with at least half an hour left before the thing closes. And then we're going to find a place to hide till everyone's gone, and then we're going to steal it.
What, it closes at like 8 o'clock again or some
Yep.
shit?
I don't know,
6
man.
to
It was
8.
2 hours.
Yep, 6 to 8 is your time frame.
Cheers, Jesus. I hate you.
That's
Gross.
really going to come into effect based on a couple decisions you make. I'm not going to tell you what or how until you start doing them. I don't want to reveal anything. But yeah.
So who won the pub name thing?
I'm giving you a little bit more time. I think y'all can do better. So, yeah, you guys kind of have prepared or are getting ready. Jesus, I don't know if you remember. So I had you roll in part because you had asked Dr. Daniel for a spell scroll.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so Dr. Daniel had gone off to do a little bit of work before you guys left for the gala. She comes back, and
Did you want me to do the small recap?
Hmm?
Did you want me to do the recap that I wrote down?
Well, Cam just did it.
You
have
did,
more?
like what our plans were.
Yeah, that's all I wanted.
Oh, I thought you meant like an actual recap of the last session.
Sometimes I'll do that. the important thing right now was kind of what your plan moving forward is.
Okay.
There will be times where I'm like giving you a recap of the session before, but
I threw myself under the bus a lot. I kept on saying I'm a greedy bitch. Kept asking for you to give me more and more shit.
and that's what you want to do. That is how you play. You always want more stuff. So, yeah, Dr. Donnell returns and sees that did everyone get changed into the clothing?
Oh,
Yes.
Pat, I do believe you have the ability to mute us and deafen us in the Discord now.
I sure do.
I
I won't mess with that until I have to.
unsure if it'll let you mute / deafen me because it's my server, but like you have power.
Got the power.
Cam, try and talk.
Can I talk? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch.
I can hear him.
I heard him.
Oh, I muted him, but only for me, apparently. That's really funny.
Can deafen me.
It's like the red ones, not the normal ones.
Oh, that, yeah, okay. I see what you're looking at.
Does it work? Can you do the damn thing?
Fuck that guy. All right, cool.
Yeah, we don't need him.
Oh wow, you actually can deafen me.
It sure can and did.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you have the power, Pat.
Defen will mute him and he can't hear things.
Yeah, it's good.
Or we
Yeah.
can't hear him and he can't hear things.
Yeah,
Mute
yeah.
him just shuts him the fuck up.
Mute will shut me up. Deafen will make it so if someone like shouldn't be able to hear something, you can full cut them.
Yeah, so she's... Oh, God.
I didn't make like a second channel for you to like drag people in, like if they're in a different room or anything, because it fucks with the camera order.
I can just mute,
and then I would
definitely
have-
mute
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do like a lobby one where you could send people in and out, but like it fucks with the cameras too much.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna deal with one channel.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. So yeah, Dr. Donnell returns, sees you guys are all dressed and kind of ready to go. It's getting closer to the opening time of the gala, and she comes back and she goes. She looks pointedly at Eridan, and is like, "Well, I don't entirely know how much help this will be, but while searching through the archives, I discovered this." And she hands you a scroll.
Cool.
Damn.
In your inventory, you can add a first level spell scroll for shield.
All right.
Yay, Jesus!
So
Oh,
what that means for you is you have a spell scroll that you can use as a one-time thing if you want, or when you have a little bit more time, you can add it to your spell book. Like you have to take your time to transcribe it, and then it would be a spell you can use forever.
okay. How the fuck do I add shit to my inventory again?
So if you open up, sorry, I closed D&D Beyond, so I actually don't even have mine open.
Manage inventory, add items.
Yep.
Okay. Shield scroll.
So you're gonna do
Plus shield +1.
no spell scroll, and then first level is your option. And you're just gonna write shield into it to remind you that that's what it
My
is.
equipment, backpack, or bag of holding.
Wherever you want it to go.
How is that gonna affect me? I mean, bag of holding, opening it, you said takes one action or some shit?
You
Yeah, but we're
specifically
not like in a combat, so it kind of doesn't matter.
that only matters in combat, correct?
Okay. So the other two doesn't matter for me
No.
accessing it? Okay.
No, if we're just walking along, you can stick your hand in there and pull anything out and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, having a good time."
So imagine combat as kind of like time dilates and slows down. So it's like all your actions are within like a 6 second period. So like when there's a turn and like everyone moves, it's within like 3 or 6 seconds. I always get them mixed up because Shadowrun's slightly different. And so everything happens really, really quickly in the game time, but like obviously because we all have to take our turns, it feels much longer. But getting things out of a bag, for example, during like a combat, it takes a second because it's like people are attacking you with swords and you're like, hold on, I need to grab into my bag.
Okay.
So, but yeah, walking down the street, you
Yeah,
fucking grab into the bag.
I have the spell scroll in there. I don't know how to rename it or anything.
So if you click on it, so in your wherever it's listed in your equipment, click customize. There should be a little drop down that says customize, and just spell shield spell.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Because the spell itself, I just wrote it into Roll20 for you. That's what it does.
Okay. Notes.
What are the components, VS, Pat? What does that mean?
So one is verbal and one's somatic, so it requires him to say something and move his hands.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's the things that have to be done for that action.
Yes.
For doing that. Okay.
So that also means then, like, if you
Silence.
can't speak,
Silence,
then you can't use
that.
it.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there's 3: verbal, semantic, and component. Like you have to use literal items. Like sometimes it's like throw a small pebble. I'm not a
small pet.
I'm not a stickler for that unless those components are specifically like a gemstone worth 300 gold.
Yeah. Because spellcasting focus gets rid of a lot of the components and like up to a certain cost, right? Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that doesn't have a cost.
Anything that
anything that doesn't have a cost.
Okay.
So yeah, like a bit of
right.
bat guano, it's like, yeah, you just have that.
Or a wand.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's just verbal and somatic, so he doesn't actually need anything other than to be able to wave his hands and say something cool, which I might make you do every now and then if I want to hear it. Healing words specifically, I want to know what word you're saying.
You get to hear me go, motherfucker. Those are the words of healing.
And she goes, and while I was at the library, I did find a little bit more about the current staff at the Varkenbluff Museum. During tonight's gala, they're going to be fully staffed and fully guarded. My understanding is unless they're contracting anything out, they have 12 staff members on their payroll, and I would assume they would all be there tonight. As guards or as entertainment, but just so you know that there's also the curator.
Okay.
Their name is, and I'll type it out for you, but Alda Arkin. She is one that didn't believe me when I tried to warn them of what they were housing inside of their museum.
All right.
Okay. How would we recognize any of these people, Doc?
Well, I assume the guards of the security will be wearing some form of uniform. Now, what it looks like exactly, I don't entirely know. But I have to imagine that they will be dressed a bit differently than you are in your formal garb.
Well, you know, we're attendees. We're not
Right.
guards.
I would anticipate that the curator may look more similar to you, but I'm sure, as what I hope are skilled, thieves, you may say, that you'll be able to tell when someone is, say, entertaining guests or, is the focus of attention.
So we're looking for another Dragonborn, is what you're saying.
She looks confused at you.
You're talking to our Dragonborn. You said he looks like you.
But your clothing. None of you look alike to begin with. What would I be referencing in this case?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little slow.
She goes, I guess intelligence isn't needed for the job necessarily.
Ooh. It's ooh. Right.
Let's see if she has any other information for you that she might have. She also tells you, I can't speak to where anything is outside of the public areas. I'd have to imagine that the curator's office would also have records of the guards and anything else you may want to know about their comings and goings, especially after the gala ends. My guess is they're going to be a bit more on alert, both tonight and afterwards, but I have to imagine that they won't keep all 12 guards on throughout the night. It just seems unlikely, because then who would they have around for tomorrow for the grand, and she kind of sighs, opening of the Murkmire stone.
Well, fair enough.
He kind of shrugs and kind of looks at her watch and goes, well, time is ticking, I suppose. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask now, but I will be continuing my crafting.
What's she crafting?
You would know that to be the box that has to hold the Murkmire stone.
Oh,
she wasn't finished with it.
Okay. I was just like, oh boy, arts and crafts.
Ooh, hang on, I have to catch this. Pokey catch ultra ball. Okay.
That's like, hang on, Pokemon community game. Just quick timeout. That's a Gen 1.
Baby.
That's a Gen 1. We're full timeout.
I'm back now, though. I did it. So, yeah, she kind of it pulls out the crystal cube that I guess I was kind of cracking. She kind of starts chanting at it and adding some things here and there from her bag, because she also has a bag of holding that she's just pulling stuff out of and working on it.
Man, how many bags of holding does she got?
Look, apparently professors just get bags of holding like
she had
willy-nilly.
2?
Yeah,
what I'm going to assume is
wasn't making a
Artificer
bomb.
life. But I don't think she is.
You think what?
I said I don't think she's actually an Artificer, but dude, Artificer life.
Oh yeah, no, she's not. But yeah, so she's there if you have any other questions. Otherwise, you guys can head to whatever you're gonna do. Honestly, I would argue you have about a half hour where you can kind of walk. Like walking to the museum from where you are is very short. 5-10
Okay.
minutes max. So if there's anything you wanted to stop beforehand, you can. But other than that, it's up to you.
I think I've got all I need. Don't know about the rest of you.
I'm good. I don't really need to like prep anything. I think.
Yeah, I think I'm all set.
Okay.
Let's do this.
So, I will move you guys to a new map, Bonk. On the bottom middle, you should have something cleared for you to see. Perfect. So, as you enter into the front, everyone put your tokens down in there somewhere.
And we do that how?
If you go over into the little book and nope, Cam. So if you on your right where it says Trent Swagger,
Mhm.
if you click and hold on your name and drag
Click and hold.
it onto the map, your token will spawn. There you go.
Am I on?
Are you the middle finger at me?
No, I'm the middle
No.
finger.
Oh.
I put mine in the middle of the darkness.
Oh,
bad.
hang on,
Sorry.
I can find you then. Where did you put yourself?
I don't know.
Parker, I forget, what's your character
I'm
name?
lost.
I
Adios?
don't see you. Make yourself again.
God.
I don't know how that's possible. How I don't see you.
Parker's cam is going really...
Am I on
Trevor,
now?
No, where are you, Nate?
Is it
I
freaking
just
out?
dragged myself
There
on.
we go. Now I see you.
I did that. Do you have control?
Literally, if I open Roll20, everything else gives up on my setup
Oh,
here.
dang.
We're gonna keep that in the background.
Can you not control that?
Sorry, my thing is like going a little crazy. Roll20 problems, am I right?
Apparently.
Literally always.
Where?
But I do see Bo's character on the
I
screen
cannot
now.
control it.
I
No.
I pulled it out. All right.
Oh.
You gotta assign it back
Giggity.
to me.
Oh, it was always.
Also, Pat, you caught the Atkins.
I saw that. Try and move yourself again. Oh. Because you're not in the darkness anywhere, which is
Wait,
wild.
wait, no, and now I've moved. Wait, where did I go?
I deleted you
Oh my god, now where
In a-
did I go?
in a fit of rage,
Oh, fair enough.
but you still don't exist here. How's this possible? You've done this before.
I have done this before, but you know, you find brand new ways to have problems with this thing.
I'm just happy my little dude made it on.
And you've done it. You're a real hero.
Thank you. I have a beer to cheers with.
Salute.
Cheers.
You should have control over it when I put it on the board. How weird. I'll move it again. And you can't control it. So let me see if I can... Can be edited and controlled by you. How interesting. Oh, do you have it in the default token area? You have your avatar, but not in the token area from what I can see.
Oh, did I fuck that up? Like I said, I don't use the Roll20 yet.
No, you're good. Yeah, so when you edit, you have your avatar, which is great, and then upload that into the default token area, and then that will be your token.
I'm just happy I didn't fuck it up.
Yeah, you've done it.
I'm so proud of me. I'm doing great.
It's me who's fucking it up.
I know. It's one of the experienced ones.
Well, like I said, we usually just, I usually actually have the DM assign me it and then just do it from there because we're all really good at fucking it up.
That's this is all a fun learning experience.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I mean, while you do that, because you get that set
Yeah.
up, as you guys enter, one of these guys approaches you. He is dressed in kind of what you'd expect from the description that the professor gave you. He is just wearing kind of leather, like plain leather armor, has a metal helm on, and is holding a spear. And you can tell from that you know he is a guard, but he kind of sees you come in and welcomes you. He's like, welcome to the museum. I assume you are here for our special gala.
Yeah.
Where do I
guys
find the
got any-
fucking token thing again?
So
I'm
if you
sorry.
open, no,
If
you're
you
fine.
click on your
On the sheet.
character and then hit the edit,
Yeah.
In roll 20, you should
Oh.
see
Right on.
avatar
Okay,
name
it's
and
literally right
default
there. Okay,
token.
okay, got you. All right.
And now if you hold left click your name and move it over, it should be that token.
And then you just drag and drop that motherfucker.
Ah,
Yay!
Okay.
Way to go, Bo.
Yeah, so the guard goes, fantastic. And he holds out his hand and he's like, tickets, please. You got tickets from Dr. Darna.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh,
hands
thank
him my
goodness.
ticket.
Just yeah.
I definitely do not suspiciously grab it in my pants and pull it out and give it to him.
He ignores whatever that was. And he goes, well, thank you. Just so you know, the curator's around. I'm sure, talking it up with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everything on the first floor is generally open. The offices to your right are locked and closed. But other than that, you can feel free to look around. But the tour de force, if you will, is right up the stairs, and he kind of points directly back here. You can see a big stairwell up.
Okay.
Right up there, and as soon as you reach the top, you will look to your immediate left, and that will be the room where the Murkmire stone will be on display and for your very brief viewing pleasure tonight.
Very brief.
Well, when you're presented with such magnificence, not only is I'm sure going to be full in a line of people, but a mere 2 hours can't do it justice.
Ah, yes, of course. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't getting kicked out after seeing it for 5 seconds.
No, I'm sure that when you get up there will be guards, keeping people moving. We want to make sure that everyone that's in attendance tonight is able to again, get a sneak peek to it. But no one's going to be kicked out for looking at it. And, during this 2 hour window, feel free to stay as long as you want.
Well, let's not waste time here then.
So
We only have our 2 hours.
let me read to you kind of where you are. So yeah, you are in what is very easily described as the grand entrance. Big surprise. As you walk in, statues depicting robed human women flank the sides of this public mingling space. They are here and here. Which boasts a marble column in the center. So this piece right here is a giant marble column.
Okay.
The museum's information desk is situated just inside the front doors. To the north is a grand staircase draped in rich carpet. So that's obviously the desk. It is not currently manned by anyone. The guard kind of came over as you entered and then goes back to his post over here. The rest of the people you see, all of the ones that are the same tokens, are just noble men and women in very similarly refined gear as you, kind of milling about and talking. It's a very public space. It's very crowded. So yeah, that's what you see in front of you. Currently, you can see 2 guards, both flanking kind of on the left and the right of that column. And across the bottom here, there is some vision because there is a hallway. And that hallway, very specifically, you give me a second, leads into, you can't quite see, you can see that there's a couple rooms. And if you care to look, not very difficult because everything is labeled, it's a museum. You know that it's the Ancient Plants exhibit and the Ancient Cultures exhibit down that way.
Okay.
All right.
And that's what you have. So not everyone move at once, but you can also feel free to move your tokens, and I will reveal who moves where. And if you're going to talk to people, just let me know. But tell me what you're doing.
Okay. Parker, I forget, what's your character name again?
Cotterus.
Cotterus. Okay.
Indeed.
Carters, do we want to go check out those offices that they said were locked?
Hold for just a moment. I'd like to get a look of the entire room. See how much movement there is by those doors, how occupied they might be.
Okay.
So I would like to get a look at that statue immediately to the right. But while I'm looking at the statue, I want to keep looking to those doors and see how much attention is being paid to them.
So, roll me perception.
Indeed. Ha! Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. My rolls are going to be slow tonight.
That's all right. That's all right. As long as they show up. That's all. My always worry is
As long as they show up.
not going to show up because it's fucking like that.
What happens if you used like Roll20 on your phone? Would it still link and let you like do it?
No.
It
It's
has
gotta
to be.
be-
Well, yeah, I can get the extension there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what did you roll? I will believe you.
Well, I got a nat 1 with a +7 perception, so that's an 8.
But in that one. Roll me another d20 really quickly. Oh, there it is. It just came up.
Hey.
Nice. There's the nat one.
Hey. See, it only takes a minute and a half. We're all good.
No.
We'll get through this someday.
Another general.
17
Another Gen
on
one.
the other d20.
That one's already popped up.
Mhm.
Okay. So your ears don't
Wild.
fall off, fortunately. And you kind of did a
I don't know if I
wise
have
thing.
ears.
That's true. Your holes are plugged. Anyway.
Yeah, I just got holes.
You gotta let me know if you're doing those things. I can give you guidance. And it's a cantrip. I can just give you a slap.
Just do
on
it
the
for
back.
free. That's true. Especially right now, not in
True,
combat,
but is it verbal? Because I think that might.
So you get the idea though that it's pretty crowded here in this space, and if your companion were to whisper something, like it's probably going to go unnoticed, or it's just going to look like you guys are talking. Especially because I think guidance you have to touch, so like
Yeah, so
a quick like
it would
hand on
be
the
like,
shoulder, like a
yeah.
pat on the back, right?
lean
Like,
in and like pat on the back and say, "Go for it.
you got this, bitch.
Believe
like-
in yourself."
Your character knows that would not be, suspicious at all. But again, kind of smartly, you went to the arm, like the statue, and we're looking at it. And so you do notice that the doors, while not like directly being guarded, all of them, you do know that this guard is sort of watching them. Not very closely. If you want, you can roll me an investigation as to maybe why, or insight. Either one's fine.
We'll do
Slap
insight
on
here.
the back.
Incredible.
Yeah, look, get these rolls out of the way now.
No, these are my rolls. These aren't getting out of the way. This is what it's going to look like.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. You gotta take the slap on the back.
So yeah, you're
My luck is so bad. I've broken away. I'm on my own.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, that's fair.
You're, right here. You're up here just looking. Yeah, you kind of get the sense like the guard is watching those doors. So that's what you get from that.
Is he moving or is he stationary? Or are they stationary?
Pretty stationary as far as their feet go. Obviously, kind of head is on a swivel and looking around. But yeah, with your rolls, that's what you get. Sorry.
Sweet.
I was
Fair.
about to give you more,
Too
but I was
bad.
like, no.
Was that?
Couldn't ask for more. That's okay.
Can't ask a roll from.
Um,
Okay, well,
Nath, do you mind coming with me? I just want to move behind, like, the reception desk, like, to those open
Mhm.
squares, and just take a
like,
look
in
back.
here.
Yes.
You can move yourself there right now.
Yeah.
And that way
Yeah.
I can know what you're
There.
Obviously, she offers her arm as though you were escorting a lady.
Ooh.
Yes. Sure. Let's go with that.
doing. Cam, how
She's
tall
playing it
is
up.
Trent? How tall is Trent?
He's like 9 foot.
Sure, casually.
I don't know how tall are Dragonborn.
I don't
that
know.
seems like a very tall dragonborn. Hang on.
I don't know how tall Dragonborn are.
Obviously 6'9".
Sure.
Hey.
I'd run with it.
They stand over 6 foot, but 9 foot would be wildly tall. Like you could be like 6 to 7 feet on average.
All right. I'll be
if you-
6'5".
If you want to be 9 feet, feel free. Just know
That's exceptionally tall.
6'5".
it's incredibly tall.
6'5".
Yeah, so you're
That's cool because I'm standing at like a cool like 7.5 feet tall.
yeah right. You guys are just veritable giants among these nobles.
Our
As
couple.
you stroll, right? But right, like so. Nath proffers her arm to you, and you take it and walk with her, and yeah, you kind of exude this power. You do get heads turned to look at you. Both of you can roll me perception.
Okay, it's a 19.
Oh, yours is gonna be great. Let's see what.
And I
Right.
will give him guidance as I am holding his arm.
That's true.
There you go.
Roll a
Have guidance.
d4
You
as
can-
well,
Yeah.
and it'll get added on to that 13.
So it's just /roll 1d4.
4. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
You could also roll that in real life.
True.
It's fine. It's a 14. It's enough. You both can tell that again, heads are turning to you. You also both have the attention of the guards. They're not like worried about you. Like there's no animosity or like any kind of like them prepping for anything. But their eyes are on you because again, you kind of tower over everyone. It's difficult to not look at you, as it were.
I'm simply too beautiful.
Facts.
Just whip your hair back.
Whip my hair. Yeah, well, you know.
So yeah, so the guards are looking at you, but again, not out of any kind of suspicion or anything.
Just two people who naturally draw the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
We
very
just look
fucking
like
tall.
a gorgeous couple. We're just stealing the show
Okay.
here.
Well,
no,
one
no,
of you is
yeah,
gorgeous.
it's not that
one of
we're.
you
It's not that we're like
Trent.
It's not the fact that
Hey, no.
we're like absolutely super tall and like very out of place amongst high society. It's the fact that we're absolutely fucking stunning.
Yep, 100%. Now that we're here, I want to just quickly
All right.
glance at the desk.
The pub's name is actually the Stuntin' Goat. You
The
guys just-
stunt and go. All right, I
you guys
accept.
just- I haven't. That's just on right now. But anyway, yeah. So what are you doing there, Trent?
I want to take a look and see if I can see anything of value, or like any drawers or things that look like they might be hiding something behind this desk, the reception
Well, it's a-
desk.
It's a desk, so you assuredly
drawers.
see some drawers. In regards to value, nothing. Everything. So you didn't have to come behind the desk to see this. You standing in front of the desk, you could see basically everything the desk has to offer. There's drawers and a seat and some pens and paper and like a sign-in and shit like that. There is a small lockbox that's for. I'm gonna let the perceptions roll. You assume donations.
Okay.
You don't know what's in the drawers, but again, with those perceptions, you're like, well, it's probably flyers and museum shit. Like,
Nothing too important. Got it.
yeah, you get the very
It's
distinct
your
impression that there's nothing
typical
important.
museum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's a good. I like the kind of your inquisitiveness because that will serve you well. You don't get rewarded here, but that is the type of thing that will.
We'll see how it rewards me the more I drink.
Would it seem like
As you get here, I'm going to give you a little bit of vision because this area kind of gets revealed. Very similarly, you see a sign kind of on the wall here, and you know that that's just more of the ancient plant or culture. I don't remember what it is.
both? Why not?
Ancient. That's the ancient plants exhibit. Actually, you can kind of see a little bit around the corner. There is a plant right there.
Plants in my ancient plant exhibit? More
I
likely
know.
than you'd think.
So yeah, that's kind of what you see from where you are. You don't really get any other views of anything. You are standing now next to two of the noble, a man and a woman. Feel free, one of you can decide who to roll me a D4.
How you feeling about this roll, Bo?
Fuck it, we ball.
All right, hit it.
Hey, fuck it, we ball.
Whoa.
Fuck it, we ball.
So you overhear these two talking. The woman, kind of rather excitedly, is telling the man that she's with. Did you hear the curator? She adores just oversized vintage dolls. Isn't that interesting? Like, why? Like oversized, like human-sized dolls. I hear that she keeps one as big as a grown human in her office. And the guy kind of is like, yeah, that's fine. Why is that interesting? And she just kind of keeps repeating, like, human-sized dolls. But that's what you hear as you get close to these two.
I don't know what to do with that information.
I would like to move
But
slightly
I'd like to
away
forget
from
it.
them. I would like to move slightly away from
Go
these
ahead.
people, still
You're not-
holding
You're not in combat, so you can keep
Yeah.
moving.
holding Nath's arm,
Yeah, and she will very willingly go.
and we're gonna come over like here-ish.
Okay, goodbye. Hustling
Um,
away.
And I'm gonna whisper to Nath and ask, should we go see if we can get the curator to let us into her office to see these dolls?
Do we have to see the dolls? She says
mean-
that with like such a sigh. Like, do we have to see these dolls? Like, she was happily moving away from those people because she did not want to think about the fact of she did not want to think about human-sized dolls. Not because she had any grand ideas about, ooh, we can use this.
Listen,
It was more like, oh god, these are freaks.
listen, I don't want to see these dolls, but if we get into her office and we see something good, or like we see a hidden passage or place we can hide, it might be beneficial to us, and this might be our best way to get in without raising suspicion.
Ah,
So does this open up more of the fog of war
go
For
for
where?
from them moving over there?
I think that's just a wall right there, Jesus,
Yeah, this is
to our left.
That's a wall. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a wall.
Perhaps we should let's keep it in mind, and maybe we should move into the museum proper to, actually like get a better physical lay of the land of like what's in there as well before we start doing anything crazy here.
Sure.
So move yourself where you want to go, and then I'll reveal more as you go into that area.
Because the main building is in here, yeah?
So you're in the main entrance. If you
I'm
go
in-
up, if you go up that floor, that brings you to kind of like the start of like the bigger exhibits.
Okay.
So if you want to go up the stairs, I will
And
reveal.
Nate will kind of like make eye contact with the other two and kind of like nod towards the main exhibit. and just so that they kind of know at least what she's thinking, or like towards the main hall. Because they only got 2 hours in here, so
Yep.
time is of the essence, and she does not want to go the doll route if she can help it.
So if you go up, if you scroll up on the webpage itself, I've revealed the second floor
Okay.
of the. Yep.
I can just drag myself up there.
Yeah, I've revealed it. You can...
I'd be like
Oh.
up here.
Yes, yep. That's where
Okay.
the stairs kind of are coming up. At the very top of the stairs, there are two noble individuals, but I will move them as they're looking at the giant dinosaur. But let me read to you what you see upon walking up this step.
So is anybody else coming with us?
I was gonna say I came with you.
You would know as you walk up the steps. There's a sign up there that it's the prehistoric predators exhibit.
Wow.
The intact skeletons of several large prehistoric monsters are on display here, including the museum's most famous display, the beautifully preserved body of an Allosaurus, its leathery skin appearing supple to the touch. An informational placard next to the dinosaur explains it died in the Murkmire millennia ago and was naturally preserved. Display cases along the room's walls hold fossils of other ancient local predators. If you care to look, and I'll kind of explain it. So the statue to the west, let me give you the compass rose, because these are always fucking wild. Actually, I think this one is just legit. I think it's just north is north.
Okay. Well, that makes it easy.
That never happens, let's be clear.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I open these maps, it's like the compass is like, oh, north is to the right. It's like, what? Why? Yeah, there is no compass rose. Oh, I found your other token.
Oh,
Anyway,
hey,
I deleted
see?
you. You're gone.
I told you I was in the ether somewhere.
Yeah, you were up like at the very top. Anyway,
I dragged you there by accident, and then I was like, "Oh shit! It's not a black screen; it's blacked out."
yeah, you got fog.
I was a little too zoomed in to realize.
Yeah, so to the west of you, there is a statue that depicts a winged satyr. You have the Allosaurus in front of you, and then you have two smaller dinosaurs that they've decided not to name that I will name if you really care.
I would like you to name them.
It's okay.
Oh.
One's name is Henry and the other is George.
Okay.
Oh,
Henry
the
and
very
George.
fearsome Henry.
Yep.
I hope Henry and George are both extinct in real.
No one's named that anymore. Yeah, so that's what you see upon entering. Obviously, if you explore or ask specific questions about additional things in the room, I will tell you more. Again, feel free to move
Yeah.
yourself.
No, of course. I just want to give the other two an opportunity to do something.
I was gonna say, like, we like immediately abandoned the plan because I thought it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was.
We got time. We got time to look around and
Yeah.
see what
So
we're doing here.
I assume this was like a look around phase, and then plan phase happens.
Yeah, so in kind of out of character a little bit, I am going to give you as much time as you need. Now you will. There's only a that information piece, like that conversation you listen to. There are only a few of those because that sort of progresses the time in my head a little bit.
Okay.
But as you are just kind of doing this, looking around, walking around, trying to scope stuff out individually on your own, I'm not kind of moving time along. So the next big conversation you have with somebody is going to move time along a little bit. So just keep
Don't
that.
talk to anyone, and we can do this forever. That's what I'm hearing.
Basically, I mean, but if you're like, I'm gonna watch The Guard for an hour, like you're like, okay, that's an hour of time.
I have to assert my dominance. We are staring.
Actually, but yeah, let's go to Aridin, who has not moved from the entrance yet.
Well, I wasn't sure when I was supposed to pop in. You guys were Nathan.
Yeah,
Brent,
whenever you
we're-
want, dude.
So I kind of figured since we're scoping out, I should probably head somewhere not sure how far away I can go, but or if I, I was going to plan on heading towards this way and going further, but I'm not sure if I have to like then talk to these people or if I just
No,
go past
you don't
them,
have to. You can go past them. They're there, but no one's an enemy right now. So you kind of just like scoot by. Excuse me, sorry, and can get by. Like they see you coming. They also move. They're they're not rude. They're just mingling.
Okay, so I guess I'll go somewhere over here.
So
Scope.
you then see, as you kind of were told. Hold on, real quick. I'll give you right past that card a little bit. Okay. So yeah, you come across and you have entered into what you knew to be the prehistoric plants exhibit, or ancient plants exhibit. Artificial plants made of wood, silk, and other materials sprout from artfully arranged planters. Tall ferns, bushes with strange berries, and slender trees are represented alongside placards about ancient plant life. You see one guard, this one is moving. I'm not going to be constantly moving him, but he is just kind of like walking and looking around. He stops and looks at one of the plants and kind of like, kind of keeps moving. You can roll me perception as you see him doing this. You get the distinct impression that like, so he's on the payroll, but like watching him, like he really seems actually interested in the plants. Like he is a guard, but also seemingly very, like he's sort of enjoying his time. You kind of get the impression that he might not be paying as much attention to you.
My gamer in me wants to just move him right over here to get all the rest of the fog of war out.
Yeah, feel free. This one, I'll kind of just reveal it all there. And actually, I'll give you the rest of this room too. You'd even get that. You'd be able to see that this seemingly has like a hallway that you assume
there's some sort of statue in front of me.
Yeah, so this one is Ancient Cultures exhibit. Glass display cases boast objects related to life in ancient Varkenbluff. Clay pots, stone tools, and scraps of leather clothes are interspersed with informational placards about their historical use. So yeah, in front of you, there is a display case with a mannequin wearing just like tattered leather, and explains to you what is, what it was used for.
Okay.
Very similarly, one guard is patrolling this area. He is moving as well back and forth and around. He does spot you and kind of gives you a nod.
Hey, what's up?
Again, not really suspicious, but is there to make sure that no one messes with stuff.
The hell is there? Did our handout show? Just looks like this is kind of like a U shape.
Oh, up where?
Well, I'm looking at the map that we were given by Denal.
Mm-hmm. Let me go to it so I can.
Because it looks like behind there, there's just like a hallway that reaches to the other side, so you can just like make a loop.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, that's what it looks like.
It's really worth checking out. Putting the shit in here. I guess let's just go right here. See what I can see around here.
Okay. Roll me. You're looking around?
Yeah.
You can do perception or investigation.
Investigation. That's +3. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean, it's a museum. I mean, I'll give you this. I'll act like you poked your head around. It's a U. it brings it around. Yeah, you kind of just see the exhibits. You see the ancient culture of, Murkmire and Varkenbluff. You see a particularly interesting spoon.
Very
Kind of catches your attention
pretty.
because you're like, why would they be displaying a spoon? But that's about what you see with that investigation.
Like my detect magic and identify, that would use up one of my spell slots if I used it.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
but detect magic has a I'm blanking on the word. You can ritual cast. You can sit down for 10 minutes and cast it for free, but it takes you 10 minutes to cast it,
Okay.
and it doesn't take a spell slot to do that. But I will keep track of that because if you're ritual casting stuff, you do only have 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could do that while the others go.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's use what identifier.
Yeah. Say which one you're using.
Touch
Let me see if Identify has. I don't know if Identify has a ritual
If
cast.
it isn't. Oh.
Identify is
does
also for
not.
one item, I believe.
Yeah, one object that
Whereas
you
detect
must
magic
touch.
is.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, we're only talking about one item right now.
Oh, the spoon.
So, yeah.
You can't touch the spoon. It's in a glass case.
Oh, okay.
But detect magic you can ritual cast, and detect magic is up to 10 minutes. You can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
All right. I guess this is where I'm sitting right now.
It'll move with you as long as you're concentrating.
Okay, so I gotta stay probably within this little room area. So I guess I'll go do that while the others go do other things. Give Cotter some time to do some shiz.
Okay, so you're taking
Sure.
10 minutes. You're taking 10 minutes to ritual cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't like mean me like going woogada boogada and like doing an actual spell or anything.
So it does, but it. You can very easily hide it that maybe you're reading to yourself, like the placards on the wall.
Okay.
Like it's not particularly difficult to like
It's not like
cast
me-
it.
Yeah, it's not like me throwing out like Ray of Frost or anything.
Yeah, it's also it has a verbal and somatic, but like again, if you're like hovering your hand over the glasses and stuff like you're reading or like things like that, like
Okay.
very much you're able to kind of disguise it.
I don't want you to like DM me and be like, oh no, you idiot, you're actually like just making yourself a huge target or some shit.
So it would be a little suspicious if there wasn't so much else going on.
Okay. Alright, let's do it.
Okay, so while you ritual cast, we'll go back to the other people.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to Cutterus.
Sure.
I say you watched
Hang out.
people split up.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll reconnect eventually. I'm gonna keep checking out this statue for a little bit and just kind of keep my eyes about the room. And when it feels natural, I'll move over to the other statue by the entrance.
Okay.
Just like I don't want to seem like I'm a part of a party. I'm just doing my own thing. So I'm gonna just start meandering sort of at my own pace and eventually making it into those other wings to the left side there.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty open. You tell me you're gonna do it kind of naturally, like literally no one questions it. No one's the guards are watching to make sure no one's really causing a ruckus.
Taking a look at those guards there, and the paths that they are kind of patrolling. Am I right in assuming that one of them is just kind of manning the entire plants area and one's manning the entire history area, and that's kind of where they're staying?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. It is pretty obvious, right? Like this guy is like kind of this guy's looking at the plants and going through. Well, I just flipped him. I didn't know I could do that. Anyway, I didn't. Wow. Anyway, Yeah, he's just looking at the plants, and this guy is just kind of walking around here to make sure that people again aren't kind of messing with anything. You do see your ally kind of like looking at shit, looking pretty intense as he does it, but you can tell that the guard
Kind of
is
pay
like,
too much attention.
yeah, but the guard doesn't paying too much attention. Again, people kind of coming in and acting weird isn't entirely out of the realm of reality for the museum.
And are these areas similarly full of like visitors, or are these kind of empty compared to the main hall?
These are considerably emptier. Realistically, there's like the occasional person, this guy up here kind of wanders in, takes a look, and he's like, well, I don't really care about these plants, and leaves, right? Everyone, you get the sense, is really here for the Murkmire stone.
Okay. Could be useful. Could do something with that. There's nothing else on this first floor that's accessible, right? Like that's it. That's open to us.
Yeah, I will say it because you're kind of scoping it out. There's also a little pathway here that I didn't reveal until right now, but kind of not surprising. Where exactly in these rooms? So I know you're looking at the guards and stuff. Move your character. Where are you investigating? Like, where are you looking at from? Just at like the base,
Oh, boy.
or are you going? What are you doing?
I mean, I can move myself over there. I feel like I'm constantly moving. I'm just kind of taking a look here and there.
Do you go?
I get
up
nervous
at all,
every
or
time
do
I
you
open.
stay? Yeah, say. Do you? Oh, good point. If you just describe to me like which room you're in, I guess.
Yeah. Literally every time I switch over, my whole setup freaks
okay.
out and recalibrates.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just do a full lap, like up over the
Okay.
view, down the other side.
Roll
Full
me.
lap through, taking my time.
Roll me either perception or investigation as you do that.
Sure. We'll try perception again. See if I get better luck this time. Okay.
Sorry, I forgot you couldn't move your
The
mouse.
21.
That's very good. So as you're walking through, both you can see because of Cam's stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you're walking through both of these two areas,
Gen 1.
oh man, so many Gen 1s. Oh, that's a good Gen 1. How many more Ultra Balls do I have? Well, enough that it hasn't yelled at me yet. So, as you do that, you are looking pretty intently at like the plants and making it seem like you're also just wandering, not scoping anything out. You notice on the walls, here and here, let's see what you see. You see what looks like little hinges. Pretty easily kind of hidden. They're pretty small, and it seems like there's been an attempt to hide them. You have the distinct impression that there's walkways through there.
Interesting. Okay.
I should have went up there.
In that case, if I notice that, I'm going to go to the other exhibit on the other side of those walls and see if I can see a matching set of hinges over there.
With that roll, you do.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So it's not a
roll
dead
and
end, it
really
is a
good.
passageway.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Anything else you want?
I will, no, at this point I'll start to make my way upstairs to the exhibit itself. Or I guess to that, paleo exhibit first. And then eventually there.
Fuck.
So I'll move you.
Thank you.
We will go to Nathan and Trent. You guys have been up there. I'll say you guys have a couple actions before you're joined by
Just
Cotterus.
kind of milling about. I
So,
suppose.
as you do so, I will reveal a little bit more. You are able to see that this is a little hallway that leads into a room, and you can see kind of a couch at the end of it. And this right here, over here, which you know would be to the Murkmire passage, is open, but there is a guard kind of hanging out right in front of it. And that's kind of what you see from that milling.
I'll say I want to keep
Pretending to
walking
be-
to this place to the left.
So those little... Oh, you want to go in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So let
Go
me
with it.
read to you what you're going to find. So as you're kind of walking, you would see, again, there's a couch there, but also you'd notice on the wall, there's also a guard standing right there. Again, nothing to be scared of. This space holds a mix of cafeteria-style tables and lounge furniture. A counter in the northeast corner sits underneath a sign that reads "Unearthed Cafe."
We found the food court.
Yep.
It sure
Hell
sounds like
yeah.
it.
Big win.
Let's go.
Hey, that was on the map that we were given.
True. I will take the chicken nuggets.
This map has been pretty accurate so far.
I would say you guys have absolutely confirmed that much of the map is fairly accurate.
Get some chicken nuggets, some overpriced chicken nuggets. Let's go.
Give me a second.
Dino nuggets.
Pat, you said that when we interact with people, it's going to progress time, correct?
Yeah.
Well, they said there's like a major
Generally, yeah, I would say so. If you're asking something pretty innocuous, I'm not going to have it progress time. If you're trying to have like a full blown ass conversation, it's going to start progressing time.
Okay. I just want to ask this guard here if the food court is closed.
Yeah, so that's not going to progress time. He's like, yeah, I mean the kitchen's closed right now, but if you got to sit down or something, feel free.
Right.
I will look disappointed.
Yeah, he chuckles a bit and he's like, we knew there'd be lots of people here, but he kind of looks at both of you and he's like, I'm sure you could both probably eat a bunch, and I'm not even convinced our kitchen could accommodate that.
Wow.
I'm going to look incredibly offended. Was that a fat joke?
He looks up at you because he literally has to, and he goes, I mean, if you think you're fat, I don't think that's the case. You're bigger than me, and I eat a lot, and I have to imagine you eat way more than me.
Starts tapping her foot. And like her finger is kind of like thrumming her arm, looking visibly annoyed.
He shrugs and goes, whatever. You nobles eat way more than I do.
And now she's particularly moved.
I'm just going to sigh and just be like, all right, well, thanks for the information. And then I'm going to kind of drag Nath away before she murders this guard and come down here.
Okay.
To see if that path is actually correct as well.
Yep, so you see...
Nath, I dragged you. Come here.
Ugh, I'm sorry. I was reading the description for thaumaturgy because I was wondering if I could do something silly.
You absolutely can.
But I'm wondering how wise it is to do something silly.
So that's fair. You do what you need. But Cam, to answer your question, as you're coming this way, again on the wall, you're pretty used to it. The museum is pretty well laid out. You know that you are going to be entering into creatures of the past. Fossils of small prehistoric creatures are arranged here, some as fully reconstructed skeletons. The exhibit includes microraptors, ornithopods, dwarf elephants, and an ancestor of the cockatrice. Informational placards tell the stories of these creatures and their bones discovery. So I will reveal all of it that is for this spot. And just for this exhibit, there's... Okay, so that's the exhibit. There is one guard kind of also patrolling this.
As we leave the room, I want to make it sound like a glass has fallen over in there. Because that's like the bar, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I want to make it sound like a glass has fallen and shattered.
I mean,
As I'm
yeah.
walking out, I want him to be at least mildly confused.
Oh yeah, I mean, he clearly goes to look. Like he, part of his job is to make sure. If you're listening, he kind of shakes his head and goes, "Ah, fucking damn rats."
um, and satisfied with her small bit of mischief, she is now at least more willing to follow Trent.
Again, this guard is milling. He pays no attention to you. A few people have been in and out of here since you guys have come through, so.
I just want to keep walking and just like walk all the way down to what the map says is like the archaeology display at the end.
Hold on really quickly while I look at something. As you're walking past there, both of you, feel free to both roll me either perception or investigation.
Oh god.
Rip me.
Trent is too distracted by trying to drag Nath around.
I can guidance myself, can I?
Sure can.
Sure. Excellent. Okay. Let me do it. Shoot. Perception. There it is. And well, why not? Let's just D4 them. Alright, so that's a 12.
So as you guys are walking by, Trent dragging you, Nath, you are dealing with your own emotions of this guard. But feeling satisfied, you kind of start realizing like, oh shit, like I actually have a job to do. And sort of, kind of by luck, like you turn and look as you're crossing this barrier right here. And your character wouldn't know this, but your real life person does. Mm-hmm. You see some hinges on the wall there as well. I will draw a little mark on there, so.
And
little hinges right there.
Nath will actually like put the brakes on and stop allowing herself to be dragged.
I'm just gonna ask what's going on to Nath.
But to give Cam, also to give you vision, because there's no secret to what this stuff is. This all is accurate by the map, I believe. What she gave you.
Well, I was just so interested in this over here.
Oh, let's
and
go
she's going to do because she does not want to be like right next to the guard. So that at least it's slightly less suspicious, and she's kind of like pretending to be incredibly interested in whatever creature is right here. And it kind of is like, no, look at it from this angle, and like pushes him towards this little like hallway spot, like to almost like switch spots, like, oh, look at that over there. And it's just kind of like, there's hinges on the wall, like as she's pushing him.
You see them once they're pointed out to you, Trent.
Okay.
So yeah, you see that there's hinges on the wall there as well.
She's just acting as though she's like, wow, I love ancient creatures. This is so cool. This is the greatest fucking day for me.
What creature is there?
Right there? Let's say, let's see what it looks like on this map. Let's zoom in. That looks like a really cool... Oh, it's a bunch of scribbles. That's a microraptor. Go for it.
Wow. I love raptors. They're so cool.
Raptors are actually my favorite of all of the ancients.
Well, there we go. Well, see, and you were just going to walk right by it.
I know. I wanted to walk all the way through everything and then work my way back through. But I'm happy you stopped me. This is a really cool display.
And she just kind of like, oh, you. Like, she's just kind of pretending at this point. She's not a very good actor. she normally doesn't act for missions. She normally just kind of takes shit. And she doesn't do too many partner things, so it's not the most natural acting. But you know what? Who cares?
No one's paying attention to you very closely.
No one's paying super close attention.
Yeah, I mean, they could have been, but you'll notice a roll in D20 that indicates they, in fact, are not paying super close attention to you.
Excellent. Well, once we get our fill of the Microraptor, we
So,
can move on.
I would say, Cam,
We're soaking it in a little bit.
moving forward, where that guard is standing, this one right here. Again, kind of just moving around. He's not in your way or anything. The exhibit has a sign as you walk by if you're going to continue walking that way.
Yep.
That's the Underground Wonders exhibit. Glittering ore and gemstones are arranged in velvet-backed display cases. Informational placards explain local geological history.
As Nathan and I start walking this way, I make like eye gestures towards like the walls of these gaps as if to like motion like see if there's other hinges as we walk through. And casually just continue to like walk into this next room.
Okay. Roll me another investigation or perception. This time with advantage because you're looking for them specifically.
It's shift.
Yes. I should turn it into a plus, and you should get.
I didn't hit shift. No.
That's fine. You get it either way.
Yeah, he'll get it. It's fine.
Right, because even if you don't, like Trent's now looking.
Yes.
And
he has his eyes wide open.
And for the first two you pass, you don't see anything, but on this last one right here, you do. You see those little hinges, those telltale hinges.
Okay.
Ow.
Right. As you do that too, Cam, that very last room you just put yourself in, there is one more placard, like a sign. Picks, trowels, brushes, and other archaeological tools are on display here. Informational placards label them as tools famous local experts use to dig up the wonders found in the museum. Murals found along the south wall depict famous digs.
The south wall is this side, right?
Nope, south. It's actually like the right directions.
Are you
So
sure?
it's just a mural there. Yeah.
Because you had it on the map. Okay. I'm just losing my mind. It's fine.
No, I'm fine with that.
The map wasn't fully complete.
Yeah, I was gonna say detect magic should probably be done by now.
Yeah. We'll get to him.
All right.
Well, I'm letting you guys finish up your jaunt here. Actually, let's. No, I want one more thing here from you guys.
Okay.
So as you're walking through, you're looking for the hinges. Do you look at anything else before I move to the detect magic?
How locked down are these tools?
Not. Feel free to roll perception.
And for good measure, why not? There we go.
So you see in the display case, you realize that two of the items on display here are like they're flawless weapons. One is a +1 dagger and one's a +1 hand axe. They're inside a glass case with like a jammed lock, but that's it.
Alas, the hammers are not beautiful. So sad. But really what she was looking for is if there was like anything. I mean, that's a very nice thing to note. And she'll just kind of, she will note that to Trent. She'll pass that along. But really, what she was looking for was like, I don't know, I guess in a way to see if there was anything that would be useful in here for if anything turned into like a smash and grab, if there was something that she could grab and then smash.
Well, there's a +1 dagger and a +1 hand axe.
Oh, true. Oh, there you go.
Trent, if you were examining the wall,
Mhm.
which you said you were,
Yep.
nothing really stands out. But there is a placard, and it depicts the Rogerson Dig, where most of the creatures in the prehistoric predators exhibit was found. The placard dismisses that the local legends that claim the excavators were subsequently cursed upon excavating prehistoric predators.
And I've read that I've read that placard in this room with all of the excavation equipment
Yep.
that was used. Can I cast detect magic?
Do you have it?
I do.
Are you ritual casting, or are you using a spell slot to cast it?
I'm gonna use a spell slot and just instant cast it.
Sure.
I just hit cast and then.
Yeah, you
roll,
don't need
right?
to detect magic. No, there's no roll for detect magic. You just do.
How do I use this as a spell slot? Like, what do I do?
So, do you see those two where it says slots? There's two little like boxes. To down to the right a little bit where your mouse is.
Just check.
Click
one.
on. Click one. Yep.
Okay.
That means you've used the spell slot. So for 10 minutes now, as long as you're concentrating on this, you will be detecting magic within a 30-foot radius of you. Actually, let me.
So you can add the aura to it.
That's what I was about to do.
That one I know.
Okay. So everything turned a little bit more yellow. That's your rate aura.
Okay.
Do you detect any magic becomes the question. Currently where you are, no, you do not.
Okay.
So you have 10 minutes of that. While we do that now, Jesus, will go down to you because you've also detected magic. Where you are standing.
By the weird spoon.
Yep, where you are standing, you detect the wisps of one spell. It's not active right now, but I will add a little red check to where it is. So where you're standing, you feel a little bit right there. See, make sure it pops up. Yep. Right there. There is a spell that was cast and gets cast regularly. And because Detect Magic tells you, let's see, you learn the School of Magic. Let me tell you the School of Magic from what you feel. Abjuration. You know that someone is casting an abjuration spell there.
Someone that knows
Which-
D&D, what is that?
Yeah.
Magic that blocks, banishes, or protects. You would know this as wizards and things. Wards, things like that.
So this is like one of the alarms.
Roll me intelligence.
Fucking hell.
It's fine. You literally, as long as you didn't crit fail. Yeah, you're fairly certain based on your knowledge of not only having the map, but also your knowledge of magic in general. The alarm spell for that spot would make sense. It's abjuration, and it would make sense to be there.
Okay. So I can kind of start moving around again.
Yeah, it should follow you. And as you move around, I will mark if you detect any more magic. You have 10 minutes of this.
So yeah. It's...
So similarly, you get the faint feeling right here that abjuration magic, again, it would make sense if it was an alarm.
Okay.
And actually, where you are, you also get the faint sense that it would be right there.
Alright, before I head over and back up to my posse, let's just kind of be like, look at this. What is it, a big statue in the middle or whatever?
The thing in the middle is a big
Yeah.
marble.
So I go and try to, go make it look like I'm actually looking at it, trying to, enjoy its beauty while, trying to use my detect magic.
Yep, give me a second.
But I just kind of want to see if there's any magic or some shit in those locked offices.
Yep, I'm gonna. That's why I wanted to check that. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Had to check something. You get where you are standing a distinct sense from here. More abjuration magic. It seems like those doors are alarmed.
And I'm going to assume the third one is as well.
If you go down there, yep,
Okay.
you find that that's an
Like I said,
alarm.
just go ape shit and just go blah blah blah, go like and all
Yes.
that shit. Okay, then yeah, I'll go ape shit. I'll
I
look
mean,
at the
again,
stat-
you're kind of wandering, meandering, you're looking, you're
Yeah.
talking. Like, yeah, yep. All those red dots, you get the sense that there is the alarm spell
Okay.
placed there.
I was over here. Okay, I would have detected something over there. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look like I can do much more. As I go up to visit my crew up there, when I'm up here, I'm gonna use my cantrip of prestidigitation and make it kind of seem like that guy farted, just to kind of annoy this guy. And I'm just gonna kind of like, for like 10 seconds, just kind of like, I'll go up one step at a time, just kind of see how pissed he gets.
So who are you having fart?
I'm gonna make it seem like this guy. It says I can create an order,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna make it seem like this guy farted, and see what this guy's reaction is.
They kind of just move away.
Oh, that guy does too, even though it came from him.
Well, he doesn't know it came from him. All of a sudden, an odor just started happening. He's like, "Oh, we got to get out of here."
I know, but like, what
He's
is
like,
this
holy
guy's
shit,
reaction?
the guy next to me farted. And the other guy next to him is like, holy shit, the guy next to me
So
farted.
now the
Right.
guy-
They kind of just assume each other farted, and they're like, "We got to move out of this spot."
So I was gonna be kind of like, this guy's like, holy shit, Bob here just farted. I'm gonna walk away, and now he's fucking crop dusting me or some shit. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, they might believe everyone's just farting on themselves.
All right. Well, it seems like that's kind of all I can really do down here for detect magic. So while it's still going, I'm gonna go meet up with Cotterus and try to get my detect magic for up here.
Yep, I'll give you that. You
Before
got one
before
right
I imagine
there.
it ends.
And right there. Similarly, you get the sense that those are alarmed.
Shit, everything's booby trapped.
I will tell you all so that you don't have to cast or ritual cast anything else for detect magic. I think that's it. So if you were just to sprint around, and I assume you don't do that, but you could get around the museum generally in 10 minutes if you're not stopping and reading any of the exhibits. That is all the detected magic you can sense.
Hey yo, do we get like an achievement for that?
Yep.
You hear
It's
the
you
little
de-
dun, 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 dun,
You've
dun,
detected
dun,
all the
yeah.
magic.
Yay!
A star,
Go
a little
sticks.
gold star.
Yeah, that's
or
all
is
you
in your
get.
inventory, and it says, "You did your best." And you succeeded.
I mean,
Participation ribbon.
you know exactly where the alarms are, and you know that's something.
That is something.
I mean, I don't know what to really do with that information. So
I-
I don't know.
Well, that's that is
I
something.
mean, kind of waiting. I mean, it seems like our D pro players here are really letting us fucking slide through this without giving us any fucking hints of what the fuck to do here.
Yeah,
so.
let's be clear. Cotter's already discovered some secret doors, and so have the other two. Like,
Uh-huh.
you guys are scoping out the area. You're getting all the
Yeah.
information you need. I don't.
We haven't also caught back up yet, so none of this
Yeah.
information can be relayed yet.
Well, I'm
All doing our
I
own
mean,
things.
I imagine I'm within earshot of you right now.
No, you are. But so the other thing is you know that this area. Oh, I was pinging. This door, is sort of the coup de grace, right? That is where the Murkmire stone is, and likely where the most important people are.
But yeah, I was mainly saying like, should I be like going around and like finding a way to like disarm and shit like that? I don't know. Like, is that like?
I
something...
mean, none of us can dispel magic. I'm pretty sure. Not yet.
Yeah.
Everyone, feel free to roll me wisdom.
Oh fuck, -1. Oh shit.
Wisdom.
Yay!
And Parker,
I
if
mean,
you want to tell me what you rolled, it's fine. If it doesn't,
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm trying a different setup now. I'm curious if it'll go through. That's an 18 on my wisdom roll.
Okay. Nath, you rolled wisdom save. I don't. Your wisdom's probably
Oh,
not a +5.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. What's your plus for it?
It's +3. Sorry,
Okay.
subtract 2.
So 12.
I clicked the wrong
What's
button.
a 12? No, that's fine. Just I'll keep the roll just to add the. You said you got an 18.
18, 15 plus 3.
Okay, we'll take that as the highest one. You're pretty well versed in how things work. You've been around the block, so to say. You know that even with the alarm spell, there are triggers that prevent it from going off. You are in a museum. You have to assume that at least the people that work here have a method of doing that. You don't entirely know how, but you get the sense that that the guards probably have some method. Well, you know they have some method.
So it's worth seeing at what point those all become active.
But yeah, you know there's a way to bypass them.
I mean, hey, we walked through alarm doors and nothing happened.
From detect magic, you can tell that the magic isn't currently active.
Right.
So you get hints that it exists there, but it's not been activated.
I asked Nath if she thinks that we should go meet up with our friends and see if they found anything.
I mean, the stone's right there. Might as well walk in the room.
Yeah, let's get to that last room first.
Yeah.
Well, we don't
I
see
might-
y'all there.
Well, I'm going right for it. As soon as I get to the top of the stairs and I see that they have branched off to the other areas, I'm going to the right.
And there's at least according to the map she gave us, there's like a little doorway there too, right?
So there is. I'll reveal it because you do know that it exists there. You try to go through it, it's locked.
What?
Oh, there's a guard standing in front.
Not for you.
I think he's talking about the one down in our
Cotterus.
room.
Yeah.
Like,
This door right here is locked.
Yes. Because I was working off the other map.
Yep.
That I-
Yeah. So there is a door there. But it's just locked.
I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess if it's locked, then we gotta march our butts all the way back over.
Yeah. What's your passive perception, Nate?
My passive perception is 13.
Okay. I don't know. Sorry, give me a second.
You're good.
So it technically is enough, but I'm not going to do it. You now, as a character, have to remember, after you leave, or after the gala closes, remind me that you had a passive perception check that passed. There's a reason for it.
Okay.
But you have to remember. If you don't remember, that's on you then.
There we go.
There you go. No, just don't forget it. Anyway,
Okay,
yes. So you guys are able to go back. Cotterus, you go to the door. It's actually it's open, which is why I've given vision to it. There is a door there, but it is open.
I nod at the guard standing beside it as I go through. Does this one stand out compared to the other guards that we've seen? Is this like chief officer type situation or just another guard?
No, just another guard.
Okay.
They generally they look different. Obviously, they're different people, but they generally look, they're wearing the same uniforms and things like that. He does not really tell you. Oh, okay. Actually, there is one more thing that you would have found from the detect magic. I was double checking something. As you were walking around there, Aridin, you did detect on every guard you passed a little bit of magic on them. Also abjuration. Divination. Was
Magic walkie-talkies or some shit.
It'd be too small to be a walkie-talkie. A couple of the guards have it in their back pocket. A couple of the guards have it just kind of tucked into their a pouch, up closer to their chest. But all of the guards that you walked past had one.
I'm gonna steal one of those, whatever it is. Not yet, because I don't know about them. But once I find out, I'm going after one.
Yeah. No, I would argue that because you guys were together, he did tell you this.
I mean, should we
Even if
all?
just kind of
Are we all continuing to move?
Cotterus wants to go into the main area.
Sure do.
So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to reveal that in a second. I'm actually just looking for something because there's two characters in here essentially who will stand out to you. I want to make sure I do them justice. Yeah, where the hell is that other stupid person?
The Lich King and Necromancer Queen. Hanging out in the middle of the room.
That's what you've got going on there.
I don't think that's correct. Because
No,
I know those things by names, and neither one is pleasant.
No, you discovered it.
They're history buffs. They just wanted to see the exhibit.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel
Not causing
inaccurate,
mischief today.
but also like...
The Lich might know that person.
Yeah. It seems like this mission just went from an F rank to a S plus rank.
Yeah, for level oneers.
It's fine. We could 1v1 them.
It would
Can
be
we?
such a joke. No.
Yeah, easy.
I'll do an ambush sneak attack and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. All
That's
right.
cool. I'll just
So,
ask
yeah.
I
them
mean,
to
tell me
leave.
to show up. I'll show fuck up. It's a fight.
You come in and are presented with here. So, Cotterus, your one question about does a guard stand out? This middle guard does. Doesn't show as though they do, but they do. They have a couple insignia that you've noticed the other guards don't have. You get the distinct impression that they are probably the leader of the guards. It's a very stern-faced woman, kind of standing at attention at the entrance to the Murkmire stone. Standing here in what appears to be just another noble is an elf of some presence. They stand there, clearly kind of commanding attention from those around them. You get the distinct impression that is the curator.
Oh, we finally found the curator.
Yeah, so a female elf as well. Let's see. So upon entering this room, you see this. Chairs surround several tables cluttered with crystal and silver tableware. Against the east wall, a light green stone rests atop a marble pedestal. This right there, you believe, matches your Murkmire stone that you have been told so much about. Alda is kind of talking with other guests. I'm not going to have a bunch of tokens in this room because then I can't see what people are doing. But talking with a bunch of other guests, motioning very gesticulating with their hands vividly. They're kind of very proud of this event and the showcasing of the Murkmire stone. Yeah. So that's what you walk into.
I want to get up close and just listen.
To the conversation?
Yeah, just as she's telling the other guests about this piece, about this exhibit, I just want to, absorb some of that.
Okay.
Maybe at a little bit of a distance. Not to crowd them, but just to listen.
Yeah, so you actually hear a couple of the attendees talking with Alda about the current financial situation of the museum. Clearly they have some kind of stake in it, and Alda is again gesticulating very wildly towards the Murkmire stone and kind of explaining that this stone should bring in just a boatload of money, way more money than even if they'd been able to sell all of the broken gems and extracted diamonds from the dig sites that are kept in the basement.
It's in the basement.
But that the Murkmire stone itself should reinvigorate the masses to come to the museum and to not only spend money at entrance, but also to spend money in the cafe and on,
just no dragonborn or giants allowed in there because they're not allowed to eat there apparently.
Well, they'll just eat them out of house and home. Hard financial times. They can't buy everything for them. According to that one guard who is definitely involved in their finances.
So the way that she's speaking with these individuals, there isn't familiarity there, right? Like these are just people here for the exhibit. These aren't close allies of hers.
Again, you get the sense that from the conversation that Alda is talking to people who have a stake in this in the museum itself, and so you do get a hint that they know each other. You don't get the impression that they're friends. You get the impression that again, this is money.
The financial relationship.
Exactly.
I see. What other exhibits, if any, are in this room, or is it just the one?
So you see other stones in the area, which is kind of what the tables are, but they're just tables, with what you very clearly see to be non-precious stones on them. They're meant to be kind of more looks right now. You've got people that are seated and kind of hanging out, so you know that this room is right now reserved exclusively for the Murkmire stone.
Interesting. Okay. And do the folks in this room, the attendees, appear to be a cut above the other ones that are kind of wandering around this place, or they all blend in as well?
Everyone's kind of just the same.
Okay.
Like I said, really the only people that stand out are what you guess is the leader of the guard, and then Aldo the curator.
All right. I'm just gonna spend some time wandering and looking at the like smaller stones at the tables as I pass by, kind of waiting until there's a little bit of a gap in conversation and gap in physical space to kind of get up closer to the stone.
Yeah,
See if any of my allies filter in the meantime.
I would say you're able to do that. I'll move you. Nothing really prevents you from this, right? Like, people are here to look at the stone and look at the stone they are, and then they kind of move off and kind of talk, and you hear some excitement for it. You hear some other people like, it's just a fucking stone.
That's feeling up close. What is there anything that stands out about it, or is it just a stone?
Yeah. So up close, the light green stone on the pedestal is the Murkmire stone. Yeah, I mean, it's just a light green stone. You get the distinct impression that really it's that people have this belief of the history of the stone itself that really gets people in a frenzy for it. So let me kind of go back for you. Yeah, it's been a long time since anyone has discovered anything of value or any kind of uniqueness. And so kind of this discovery leads to the belief that not only is this stone really impressive, but that there will be more coming. And so kind of you get the impression again from all the talking about the financial hard times of the museum that they're trying to build hype. But yeah, the stone itself is just a really nice light green stone.
Random question. Back when I was looking at the spoon, could I have used like my arcana to know whether or not it was like, you know?
Feel free to roll arcana. You're thinking of the spoon going like, shit, is that something?
Okay.
Man, it's a good roll, but it's just a spoon.
Damn.
But you're so certain it's just a spoon.
Yeah, you know, without a doubt, it is a spoon and a really nice spoon, but just a spoon.
I should use my sleight of hand to steal it.
Through the glass case, good luck.
Why don't I? Sleight of hand is +4. I can do anything.
It's not how that one works.
I'm just joking.
Nat 20 means you just get it. You just
That's
straight through the
true.
case.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. We ball, right?
I let him roll it. He definitely
Nat one.
smashes his hand into the glass.
Yeah, nat 1. I punch a hole in the glass and it cuts my wrist.
You do not break the glass.
I break my hand.
I say rolling sleight of hand. You damage a finger is what would happen.
God. All right.
Yeah, and I believe that you see your allies filter in. Cotterus, and unfortunately, very similarly to the guards below, when Nath and Trent walk in, it absolutely draws the attention of not only the guards but of Alda.
I'm gonna kind of hang over by Cotter so I don't get stuck with that shit.
Yeah, she again.
Yeah.
You kind of don't draw the same attention. So Alda walks up to you,
Okay.
and kind of just like spreads her arms and is like, "Welcome." I'm not even gonna make you roll.
Okay.
You get the sense that this is kind of her general greeting to anyone that she doesn't immediately recognize. And she's like, "How are you?" Now I know everyone's here to see the stone, but have you taken the time to explore the other exhibits?
Oh, we just had. It was just so amazing, and she'll grab Trent's arm and be like, he just loves the microraptors.
It's true.
While this is going on, I'm gonna kind of whisper to Cotterus. I'm like, is there a fucking thing between Trent and Nath? Like,
First I'm seeing of it.
They keep like holding each other's arms and like whispering little sweet nothings in your ears. Like
She's just been casting guidance on him this whole time.
all the
Someone's got to. I'm drunk.
it's just a ruse because secretly Aridin wants Cotters to be doing that with him.
Yeah, Alda rubs her, kind of takes her hand through her hair and is like, right? Like, and she starts going into the history of where they found the Microraptors, like, very evidently invested in the museum itself and very knowledgeable of the history with even just mentioning the Microraptors goes into the very specifics of the dig when they were found.
Nath sends a pointed yet slightly pained look over at the other two, like she is distracted. If there's something that you want to do that you don't want her to see, please do it now.
Oh, but you trying to give us like permission to steal this fucking stone?
She sees you do that and quickly glances behind her to see maybe who you were looking at. But carries on with the conversation of the Microraptor and the dig. But you get the distinct impression that she caught whatever you were doing.
Subtlety simply is not my strong suit. I'm too tall.
Yeah, she is very focused on your faces and like you like even looking like that. Like at first there was like concern, right? Like, oh god, am I boring her? But then she kind of sees that you're right, like focusing on someone else.
I ask her what her favorite exhibit is, since she's probably has far more knowledge than anyone.
She does, and she kind of smartly on your end, bringing her back to you and the museum itself, goes on a rant about the ancient plants and the vegetation and how wildly different it was, and how without the diversity within that area, the animals wouldn't have grown the way they did, and she just rants and goes on about this.
Did you ping something, or were you just saying this because of topic?
No, like this, like about the plants and about that biodiversity and how without any of that it wouldn't have been possible.
I ask her if she can show me them because we have not made it over there yet.
She goes, well, unfortunately, I can't show you, but she motions to the guard right here, who comes over to her, and she's like, after this adorable couple take pleasurable viewing of the Murkmire stone, if you could direct them to the ancient plant exhibit, and bring them to, give me a second, we have a name for.
Seems like they're really interested in the ancient mating rituals.
Dr. Stone Crusher.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I'm now interested. Her eyes light up when she hears Dr. Stonecrusher. And for once in this entire thing, she seems genuinely interested.
Yeah, Alda's like, bring them to Dr. Stonecrusher and have her explain all about the vegetation. She should be wandering that area. Rarely does she leave it. And so the guard kind of gives a curt nod to Alda, and it kind of just goes, well, when you're ready to leave the Jumpstone, just let me know and I will show you where to go, and kind of takes her place back right there, but is clearly not waiting for you.
Okay.
All right.
Alda kind of goes, well, I will leave you on your way. And she kind of gestures to the side of her, where there's like just a bunch of people, right? Like it is crowded in here.
Sure.
And she's like, I've got more guests and patrons that I must attend to, but if you ever have any other questions, feel free to ask. Or and again, kind of points to the guards. They often are very knowledgeable. Not all of them. Some of them are. She kind of gives a sigh and goes, we do have valuables in here. Some of them are more brutes than intelligent, but everyone has their place.
And Nick nods sympathetically. And it's just kind of like, oh, and it was so lovely to meet you. And I so look forward to our continued patronage of your museum.
She gives you a nice, proper bow, and kind of heads off. Now, during this conversation, what are Potterus and Eridan doing?
Question.
Yes.
Is the stone, I forget if you mentioned, behind, like, glass in here? Or is it
So
just chilling on the table?
I didn't mention.
Steel cage. Electrocuted.
No,
Here's
it
the-
is. It is just on there.
And about how big? How swipeable is that?
Very. It. So I would say you saw the box, and the stone would fit directly in it. It is very swipeable.
Don't tell me that.
That is the information you get. It is very swipeable.
All I know is none of our detect magics affected the inside of this room. So we don't know if it has like some Indiana Jones mechanism.
None of you were in this room when you detected magic. And what you would know about detect magic is that it cannot penetrate concrete.
Yeah, so yeah.
But you would actually, yeah, you would know that you don't know if there's magic in this room or not because you weren't in here when it was on.
I could have made it in this room
Really?
and detect magic in 10 minutes.
What was that?
I said I could have made it into this room while still casting detect magic in 10 minutes. From where I was, right? Wrong? Left? Right?
I'll give it
Cast
to you.
after. Yeah.
I'll give it to you because you didn't wander around finding all of the alarms.
Yeah, because we essentially just beelined around the corner.
Yeah, that's what I say. I agree. So as you come in, you do get the hit of magic on the pedestal. You actually are able to detect little tiny glyphs at the base of the pedestal, and roll me Arcana.
I'll say I have not talked to friends yet, though, so like they don't know I know this.
Yeah.
Arcana is where am I?
At the top.
Take a guidance.
At the top. Third
Take
one.
A guidance for your troubles.
Third one down from the skill list. Okay, he doesn't need it.
I don't think I
Okay.
need your guidance.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, well, if you want to be extra, you could anyway.
Yeah.
That's
We're gonna
you
roll
always
it.
can. That Arcana check tells you
It's 1d4.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
Hey.
Great.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
What a roll. Yeah, you've seen these words before in your books and readings, and you know that if whatever is on top of those words moves, just like everything in the area locks down.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I'm over here.
Actually, with that roll, you know that it's not when it moves; it's when it breaks that threshold.
So like when it falls off the side.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy, the stone in the little cage.
Yeah, so if it goes past the runes, then everything
Yeah,
goes.
I'd say if not.
Okay.
So it could wiggle around on the pedestal, but it can't go
Yeah.
off of it.
Yeah, it can't move off of it.
Alright.
And you do get the distinct impression it's the pedestal itself that's doing this rigging. And so right, if the stone falls off, everything locks down because the pedestal is like sort of I'm not explaining it well. It's going to be in layman's terms like a pressure pedestal.
I'm feeling Indiana Jones pressure pedestal. That's,
Yes,
that's literally
that's
what
the-
I was thinking from the.
That's the
second
impression you
start.
get. Yep.
Okay.
I will give it to you. We're at the end of session. You wrote it down. You passed your perception check.
I did.
As you were walking through the gemstone area down here,
Mhm.
now that you've seen the Murkmire stone, you're like, yo, this is just a stone. Like, wasn't there one of those that looked basically the same over in that other fucking exhibit? And that's what your perception, your passive perception noticed.
Ooh.
That was Like after the microraptors. I know we really, really cared about the microraptors, but
But it is 10:40, and I don't want to keep people.
Fair enough.
I'll go forever. It doesn't matter to me.
Same. I got more beer.
uh, so yeah, I mean, if people want to continue, we can.
I say that's on you guys. I only put it to 10:30 because I didn't want to be dicks to people's sleep schedules and like life.
I'm a dick to my own sleep schedule.
Yeah.
So like we can always go as late as y'all want, but I put it at 10:30 as like the time, not as like a hard stop, but as like a it's here, so like anyone at 10:30 can be like, all right, we done, and no one can say shit about it. So it's on y'all. I have no problem going for ever until roughly 8 a.m. I have to be at work.
Yeah, obviously I'm not
Call
doing
out,
that.
easy.
But we are kind of are at an interesting point where like obviously you still have time to walk around if you want to.
Haven't gotten into those offices yet.
I'd say there's still the offices, and there was the magic that you were like, I'm gonna swipe that. That is an option you can do, Cotterus.
Question.
Yes.
From any of these rooms that we've been in, has there been a big like dome ceiling, like glass roof situation? Because I know on the map there was
Let me
a
tell you.
hint at that.
Now that you've asked about the ceilings.
Yes, forgot about those.
That's all right. So, I'll kind of give you a general description of the entire area then. Has stone walls and tiled floors. The ceilings are 30 feet high, and unless otherwise specified. So I know you have on the map. Let's take a look at what she drew you. So I don't know exactly what you were referencing. You don't see a big domed ceiling. So the things that you were seeing are the pillars and like the Allosaurus. You know that there's an attic somewhere based on her picture, but you have not found any stairs leading there. And you know there's a basement somewhere based on the rumors and from listening to Alda, but you've also not seen stairs to that. But otherwise, yeah, the ceilings are 30 feet high and kind of just flat stone.
Okay, I misremembered. I was thinking of that attic window question mark, access to roof question mark as being like an overarching dome.
I mean, it might be. You don't know that because you've not been up there.
Also, it looks like there's a little bit of space unexplored to the north of us.
There is.
I kind of want to circle back and see what that's about at some point. Looks like maybe right next to the staircase might lead there.
Yeah, you could walk around it. You know coming up that you could have walked around there.
Does it seem like a thing where, now that we're in the room, if we leave and then come back, it might look a little bit suspicious, or are people kind of all over?
People are all over. Roll me insight.
Let me try. Insight is 13 plus 5, 18.
Okay. So you know that generally it probably wouldn't really be that weird to do that. But you also get the sense that Alda is now looking at you a little bit more. Because she noticed the look from your Goliath companion. And that it might...
Oh man, she clocked me in that?
It might spark a bit of suspicion.
Dang. I was like whistling and looking around.
In part because she doesn't recognize any of you, right? Not entirely uncommon, but also not entirely common. That these you patrons have been invited to this gala and she doesn't know you. So, yeah. It's a pretty good insight roll, so that's why you're kind of getting all of that.
Well, I think that this is not the place to catch up with everyone, since this is where the most eyes are.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably not.
So, if I see any of them getting a little too close, I might just dip out and be done with it for right now.
Yeah, so right now you're still pretty like inauspicious. Like you're not Elda isn't approaching you or anything like that. That she has kind of moved off down here to kind of talk with other people at the tables. When that does happen, though, this one guard does kind of walk up to Trent and Nath and is like, are you ready to go?
We gotta take a look at this.
I was gonna say, I look at Nathan, just stutter a little bit, like
A quick peek at the stone, and then I am so interested in talking to Dr. Stonecrusher, and it's genuine. I want to know the kind of person whose name is Dr. Stonecrusher.
The guard puts up their hands. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize you hadn't looked at the stone yet.
Just a moment. Thank you, though. I really do appreciate the enthusiasm. Could I get your name?
A little forward.
Frankheim Walters.
Frank.
I will.
I just call him
Thank
Frank.
you for everything.
Frankheim Walters, at your service.
Thank you so much. We will take a look at the stone so that you can help us out, and then you can get back to your job. I know you are very busy. It's a very big event. But we appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Yeah, Frankheim gives a whistle and is like, I can't whistle, otherwise I would. And it's like, it is very busy in here. It gives us a lot of hope that the stone and anything else it brings might be able to rejuvenate the museum to its former glory.
Nate feels mildly guilty and makes a mental note to perhaps donate some money to the museum when taxes come around.
It's one of those good intention things that you never actually follow through with.
Well, yeah. We'll see how much money she gets out of the heist, and whatever.
We'll take her back after our next heist.
I'm gonna look at Nathan and say, should we go look at the stone now?
Absolutely, and we'll walk over there.
I'm gonna move.
And as you walk over there, I will move out of the way.
That's what I was about to ask. Does Cotterus leave when they kind of start coming over?
Sure do.
That's what I assume.
Did they notice them looking at me as well, or?
Yeah, you guys were kind of closer together. You'd been whispering to each other about how they had sweet nothings, Nathan and Trent, and so they all clocked both of you.
Okay.
During that, I'm trying so hard to. Not here.
I'm gonna go over here and say, what do you like to eat on a Sunday night? I don't know. What's going on, bud? Tell me your life story.
This guard looks at you and goes, "What?"
I'm just asking a question. What food do you like? Everyone likes to talk about food.
Look, man, are you here for the stone? Like, what are you? Like,
Listen, man,
what?
I'm bored as shit being just like you. Just keep me company.
Nah, man, that ain't my job. I'm here to protect this shit. Like, you either carry on, or like, that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to chit chat with you.
All right, I'm gonna then leave, but also again use prestidigitation and give him a nice little crop dusting. And walk back.
Hang on, real quick.
This guy's a menace.
He goes, "Sir, can you stop?"
Oh, no.
Nope. I'm out.
What's up, man?
Can you come here real quick?
Oh, God.
I'm gonna come there, but I'm gonna at least kind of stand a little bit farther away from him.
He motions to Miriam, who is the guard right here, and she comes over and she's like, "What's his name, really quickly?" Horthnar.
No.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
She's like, she looks at him and goes, "What's the problem, Horthnar?" And And he goes, well, you see, this patron here thought it might be funny to cast magic on me.
You can tell when I use prestidigitation.
Well, you said some stuff and waved your hands.
Okay, I thought this was okay. Whatever, I guess I'll pay for it. I thought it was like an instantaneous thing.
It is basically, but it's also you have to verbal and somatic. Somatic.
Okay.
Rachel, it's
I didn't
going
know that.
well so far.
Well,
I
welcome
haven't
to-
fucked
welcome
us.
to D&D.
Components.
Everyone thinks that me and
That's
Bo
fine
are
here.
dating.
Uh,
I mean, I wasn't, I
And
could have been
Jesus
like
is getting in
turned away
trouble
from
right
him
now.
as I was walking away. Couldn't have seen that.
you think no one else is really by them. The tables aren't there, and all of a sudden the smell comes up as you walk away, and he sees
Yeah,
he's not done.
He could be like, yeah, he just legitimately just farted on me, like, what an asshole. But I could have been facing away from him so he didn't see me cast the magic.
Sure, but even then, he gets this feeling from you. Yeah, he's
The last
not.
people that did this too did not give a two shits about it.
They also weren't clocking you as being a jerk or being weird. You just came up to a guard and asked somebody who likes to eat on a Sunday. If that's not casing out a joint, I don't know what is. So anyway, he's like, we got to keep an eye on him. Miriam turns to you again, very stern faced, and is like, "Sir, what's your name?"
Jacob?
Jacob, what? What family? What house are you with?
Listen,
Let me ask you a slightly different question.
You're asking a lot of improv skills that I don't have.
Where did you get your ticket from?
I purchased it at the stand, like everyone else did.
That is not how these tickets were provided. Sir, I would suggest you try again and tell me where you got your ticket.
Can I use my intelligence to fucking figure out how I'm gonna get out of this?
You can sure try. You can. Well, some say that honesty is the best policy.
Jesus, he's saying just tell the truth.
I was given this tickets from a friend that couldn't make it.
Ah, my apologies to the friend that couldn't make it, but that doesn't quite answer my question completely.
Well, it answered where I got the ticket from.
Which friend? Who was this friend who provided you a ticket?
Jared. Jared Leto.
Roll me deception.
What the fuck is that?
It's under skills.
Oh shit, -1. This isn't good.
She goes, okay, so from Jared of what house? Jared is not one that I know of.
Jared of House Leto.
Sir, I'm not entirely certain you understand the predicament you find yourself in. I do now believe you've lied to me twice. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Okay. I guess whatever. I don't know how to do this shit.
She walks you to the front door. You can choose to follow or not, but you let me know what you're deciding to do with that. Do you go with her? Or do you try something else?
clock her, knock her out.
Oh God.
Who had the guess that it was going to be Jesus that fucked shit up and not me?
Listen, the last time I fucking crop dusted, no one gave a shit. And somehow he can tell I'm casting a spell as
It's
I'm
because you
walking away
didn't
from
crop dust a guard last time.
him. He was being rude. So I was being rude to him.
God.
Yeah. So Miriam kind of opens the door for you. So have you walk out. I will give the map reveal down there, which is just nothing. It's just a nothing map down there.
Jesus
Nothing
cast
bad.
the spell to crop dust a guard, and they got pissed at him and kicked him out.
and Miriam goes back up to take her post.
One down.
Well, now that we've seen the stone, and I imagine that Nath and Trent are standing next to each other, she's going to casually mention that she's pretty sure she saw something that looked like exactly like that in the hallway they walked in. And fairly perplexed.
Yeah, you know it's in this room down here.
Yeah.
Okay. I tell Nathan, I'm like, well, we have to go downstairs and look at that other exhibit now.
And her eyes light up again, and she's like, yes, Dr. Stonecrusher.
But we can come back up and then just say that we wanted to look at the mini raptors again.
You're gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
so disappointed by Dr. Stonecrusher.
I am going to be so disappointed by Dr. Stonecrusher, but I don't have to know that yet.
So let's keep going.
Because Nath runs around with her fucking hammer and is a cleric of fucking shit up.
Do
and
I
she
notice
hears
any
Stonecrusher.
clocks anywhere?
You notice what?
Do I notice any clocks anywhere?
Are you trying to figure out how much about time you have?
Yep.
So based on everything that's happened, so you've had a couple conversations, a couple legit ones. You also you auto casted your magic. So
I
that
sure
didn't
did.
take away time.
Yeah.
You're about halfway through. It's been about an hour.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go. So it's 7 o'clock. So let's go meet Dr. Stonecrusher and learn about this other exhibit, and then we can come back up and.
And that's the cliffhanger.
Yeah, I think that.
No, we need the Dr. Stonecrusher reveal.
No.
Doctor.
No.
Okay, this is why you're going to be disappointed. Doctor Stonecrusher is just the guard that's in the plant area. Their name is Doctor Stonecrusher because they are a dwarven mason and are really into stones and plants.
Yeah, pretty much, Rachel.
Like
God bless.
that is Dr. Stonecrusher. What she is a contributor to the museum, and like I said, is very into stones and plants because of the way that plants interact with the rocks and how they shape that around them. Their name is just a family name because they're a bunch of dwarves.
What's disappointing about that? That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed at all.
Okay, well, whatever. That's Dr. Stonecrusher.
So
But yeah,
can we go to Dr. Stonecrusher and that's where we'll end?
Yeah, I think
Next
that works.
time is us talking to Dr. Stonecrusher.
yeah. If you have questions for Dr. Stonecrusher, she's there to answer. She's also very invested in this exhibit. So kind of like you got the impression from Alda. This is this is her baby. She chose to be a guard here because she really cares.
Okay.
God bless.
And for next time, can I go around and kind of scope out
The outside?
Yeah. For next time.
Potentially. Give me a second.
Mhm.
Let me.
I get back in somehow.
Should we,
right?
thinking can I is there a window by the egg? Can they quickly grab it and drop it to me and I just run like the Dickens?
So there will be something for you to do out there that you've been kicked out.
Okay.
You are not just out to dry.
But also, I guess I could wait. Say I also have Misty stuff. I'm not sure if that can get me back into the fucking place and just. I'm not saying I'm doing it yet. I'm
No.
just
I understand.
I'm just asking for general D&D things. What the fuck?
So
is Misty Step an actual teleportation, or is it just you're moving really fucking fast?
So it is teleportation. You have to be able to see it, so you'd have to have the door opened again for you, and you could teleport back in theoretically.
Can't believe fucking buying a ticket at the concession stand fucking did me in. Like, what the?
This is a high class thing. It's
Wasn't
an
an
invite
option
only.
for
It sounds like.
Yeah, what about Jared of the House Leto? Come on.
Not real. Now, to pull back the curtain a little bit for you, because you did roll a good intelligence score, honesty was the best policy. Because in that scenario, because now you had found yourself in a little bit of trouble, had you revealed that you'd gotten the ticket from Dr. Darnell, Alda, right behind you, would have heard the name, would have laughed, turned around, talked to you for a second, realized that you were friends with Dr. Darnell, and would have motioned for you to go examine the egg again, in a bit of sarcasticness, because Alda thinks that Dr. Darnell is crap, and would have found it funny that she couldn't even be there. And then you would have been safe. But you opted for Jared of the House Leto.
Listen, improv ain't my fucking game, bro.
It wasn't improv. I told you what to do.
He did say honesty is the best policy.
He sure did. Certainly didn't feel like honesty was going to be the best policy though in that situation. I'll be real with you.
Right, which is why the intelligence roll is like, no, go with honesty. Like it's
Well,
if deceiving them was the better option from that roll, you would have gotten that because it was a decent intelligence roll. You guys are low level right now. Like
Yeah.
the skill check level threshold is pretty low.
Yeah.
Well, we learned something here. We need alter egos. One of the first things that I did this session was come up with an alter ego in case I get called on. And turns out useful to have. So
Well, yeah, it's Jared of the House Leto right there.
sure, if you want to.
You actually made it.
We're over one on that one, but
Imagine he goes up to those guards
got
and
more
introduces himself as Jared of the House Leto later on.
then that person's gonna be really fucking like pissed off that like, oh shit, that actually was a person.
That could work. That could be something, but they don't know where you are currently.
Yeah, I was
I
looking
guess
for my friend. Did you see him? I gave him one of my extra tickets.
Well, I mean, we were all walking in the room. They don't see
Yeah,
me.
I say,
being
they would have
escorted
seen you
out.
get escorted out. That's true. They would have seen
Yeah.
that.
Fair enough.
So you do know that one of your allies has been escorted out by
Oh, and I have a
captain of the
message.
guard.
I could tell them to like maybe name drop Jared Leto.
See, that's why message is so good. They have to be within range, so they have to be able to be seen. So if you're like looking at the window, if anyone comes to a window, you can point to give a message. Oh shit! Okay.
Oh gosh.
But there is actually stuff for you to do outside. Like you're not completely out to
I
dry.
kind of figured because I figured that's one of the things that we didn't do in the first thing is actually explore the outsides of the fucking place for these hidden entranceways and shit like that.
Yep, you are not completely out to dry based on your decisions, but you are currently outside.
Am I dry though? Is
You're
it
not
raining?
out to dry, but you are out, and I don't know if it's raining or not, but you're probably dry.
Okay.
Roll me a D2 real quick. It's either raining or it's not. It's not.
Hey, you're out.
You're out and you're dry.
Yay! At least I didn't like go on fucking like shooting my fucking ray of frost at some random people trying to give us cheap fucking armor.
True.
Listen. Y'all could have helped. We could
I
have
did
killed
try to
one
help.
and scared
I did
the
try to
other
help.
two, but you
I-
didn't. All right.
I am not convinced you could have killed one. Just as a heads up to you there.
Even with my newbie D&D ass, I know that we're incredibly squishy right now.
Level 1 is possibly the most dangerous.
Listen, all I'm saying is in the one shot, Pat tried to kill me like 6 times and failed 4 of them. So, like, I don't know. Shit happens. Maybe
Yeah,
we had a chance.
That was a sixth level one shot.
And also, like,
No, I was at level 3.
Third level? Okay.
Significant difference.
That is a significant difference.
I would say
Level 1, you can die off a straight critical hit and just be dead.
Cam,
Yeah.
that I'll say you won't be a newbie for that because theoretically you guys will also be doing that campaign.
Oh, all right.
Let me double check that, but I think that's true. Anyway, anyone have any questions about it right now? Anything that they are wondering?
No, my only question is, can you look at my token quick?
Is that a question?
That's for you. That's for you there, buddy.
You know what I think of that?
Game is over. You have no more powers, asshole.
I already deleted it.
I've closed out of it. We're just in a normal window now.
Oh God.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining. Hope you enjoy going through this place. Yeah, I think that really the kind of the way that I see next session going.
Yeah, Rachel.
You finish scoping
Part of it.
I say you finish scoping it out. There's not a ton left, and then the actual.
Gotta start making some moves.
Yeah, I say next session I think will be very action packed.
So
Probably the way this is going. Oh, I only have 2 spell slots. This sucks.
Yeah, it's so level 1 is
Yeah,
so
that's
rough.
And I've already used one of mine.
Yeah, I know. That's why
I have infinite sneak attacks. I'm fine.
That's true. Rogues don't care. Rogues are like, as long as there's someone else near me or I'm stabbing you from behind, we're good.
It's fine. I haven't.
My
It's
skills,
cool,
I should
it's
be
cool.
a fucking rogue.
I was gonna say, if I get the chance, I will absolutely let our rogue know about the +1 dagger.
Yeah, because like I have +4 acrobatics, athletics +1, but I got sleight of hand +4 and stealth +4.
I will say, I think that ultimately you discovered a lot.
Yeah.
Knowing where all of the alarms are is massive.
Rachel,
This is,
so
Pat is the DM.
it just shows B
We
for
got
the screen. I don't know
Bo
what you guys
in
can
the top
actually see.
left. And we got Patrick in the top right here, and some asshole named Cam also playing.
Fuck.
Unimportant, right?
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Rude.
Get your game on. Go play.
But yeah, I will say, Cotterus as well. Your ability to potentially steal one of those things on the guards will be either really important or disastrous.
Wait, I got a lot of things I want to mess with. I want to steal one of those. I want to Indiana Jones 1 stone for the other. I want to pick some locks.
Did they
It's gonna
say
be great.
that it was like a barrier-based one too?
No, so it's like Indiana Jonesing essentially.
Oh,
It is
okay.
very. I misspoke. I did explain it that way, and I was like, "That's not right." Like it's Indiana Jonesy.
Okay. Yeah, because before you two like walked over, and I had to go run away, and then my lack of improv skills was just do something funny and do another fucking crop dusting. I was gonna run an investigation on the fucking stone and see, because I actually have really high investigation. But
So it's really funny that you use prestidigitation for that. One of my friends in the other D&D game I'm playing uses it just to make people poop or pee their pants. Because you can instantaneously clean or soil an object.
yeah, I saw that. I was reading that.
Yeah, no, that's his go-to. Is he's like, well, you peed your pants, or it looks like you peed your pants, and it's like, okay, great.
You're not cool unless you pee your pants.